I am 40 years old. I don't know how to code, but I just launched my first software. In this video, I want to share how we started, the tech stack I used, what vibe coding really taught me, and what I learned from finally launching my first app. Hi everyone, my name is Jeloy. I'm a regular 9 to 5 guy trying to build a better future through apps and software. I have a tech background. I used to work as a business analyst in the software industry. So I've spent years around systems, app flows, requirements, logic, and even code discussions. So I understood how software works. I read codes. I could follow the logic, but I was never the one actually writing it. And for a long time, that made me building my own app feel out of reach. I had a lot of ideas. I understood the product side, but I didn't have the coding skills to bring it to life by myself. Then AI came in, and for the first time, I felt like that gap could actually be bridged. So I stopped waiting and I started building. First software I launched is called DataGrid Studio. I built it because I kept seeing the same problem in the reporting and analytics side. So a lot of people work with spreadsheets like Excel, Google Sheets, or CSV. But turning raw data into dashboards and useful insights takes too much time, effort, and manual work. So, you have to clean the data, make filters, create pivots, create charts. So I wanted to build something that could make that easier. A tool that helps people turn spreadsheet into dashboards real quick. So that was the starting point. For the actual build, my main vibe coding tool was Bolt, and my biggest helper AI was ChatGPT. So Bolt helped me in the beginning, especially for creating the initial project structure, the files, the storage, the setup, backend, and the database tables. So that part was very useful because it helped me move faster and get the app off the ground. But as the project got deeper and more complex, I learned something very quickly that you should not depend entirely on vibe coding from start to finish, because at some point it will break. And when it breaks, it can really test your patience. So there were times it became so frustrating, you'd honestly want to curse at it. And if you keep forcing without a second opinion, you could always lose. You lose a lot of time, a lot of tokens, a lot of money on subscriptions. So that's where ChatGPT became my second brain. What I would do is I share or upload my project files into ChatGPT, let it analyze them, and use it as a second opinion. So Bolt was great for helping me build the foundation, but in the middle and later stages, ChatGPT became more valuable for helping me fix bugs, understand issues, and generate drop-in replacement codes for files that needed updates. That combination helped me move forward. I know ChatGPT has been, not really updated, but there has been a lot more other tools that have been, that are more, let's so say, updated. So for me, it was like I used both as to get the product get started, a mock-up and MVP. And then at the middle, I use ChatGPT to analyze, troubleshoot, and refine the product, then use my own judgment to decide what actually made sense. The lessons from vibe coding, honestly, that process taught me a lot. The first lesson is, vibe coding is very powerful, but it's not magic. It can help you build faster, especially if you already understand how the software should work. But it's not something you should blindly depend on for the entire journey of your building. The second lesson is that AI works best when you treat it like a partner, not a replacement for thinking. Don't let it think for you. So you still need to guide it, you still need to understand the product, and you still need enough logic to know when something feels wrong. The third lesson is that if you rely too much on one tool, you can get stuck fast. Like sometimes the generated code looks good, but it breaks something else. Sometimes it breaks the UI, it breaks the UX, everything breaks like instantly. So sometimes fixing one bug creates two more, and so on and so on. Sometimes you keep spending tokens, like trying to solve the wrong problem because the tool doesn't fully understand your full project context. So that's why having another layer, in my case, ChatGPT, helped me a lot. And probably the biggest lesson of all of this is you don't need to be a traditional coder to start building, but you need patience, you need problem solving skills, and willingness to learn through frustration. Because there will always be frustrating days in building, and there's a lot of them. Launching, eventually I got DataGrid Studio to a point where I could finally launch it. And honestly, that felt huge because for years, this was something I only imagined, and now it was real, like it's out there. So, but, launching also taught me something really important. So, building the app is only half the battle. Like the harder part starts after launch. So, distribution, the content, networking, getting people to discover what you build, explaining it clearly, getting people to trust it enough to try it, that's where I am now. And that's exactly why I started this channel, because I want to document the real journey, not just building the product, but everything that comes after it too. So if you're someone with ideas but not traditional coding background, if someone just trying to build something meaningful using AI, like there's a lot of them. There's a lot of us right now. And if you're just someone trying to create a better future for one project at a time, I hope you'll join me on this journey. Like, subscribe if you want to follow along. And if you're building something too, let me know in the comments. Let's build something real together. And I'll see you guys in the next video.